Mobili. Top 10 Coolest Lexus Sports Cars. When Lexus launched in 1989, the automaker made a huge splash with the incredible LS400, a luxury sedan designed to compete with offerings from BMW and Mercedes. Considering the resources that Toyota poured into the LS400 project, the brilliance of Lexus's first offering wasn't surprising. Lexus used the success of its first car as a launch pad for greater triumphs, producing a wide range of cars famed for their outstanding reliability and affordable luxury. Lexus has some jaw-dropping creations to its credit, and here's a list of 10 of the coolest ones to date. 10. Lexus SC Z30. The Lexus SC, also sold as the Toyota Soarer, was a Lexus coupe that saw 2 generations. But the one we are going to talk about is the enthusiast's choice, which is the first generation model sold between 1991 and 2000. It was offered with a range of engines, including the famed 3.0-liter 2JZGE inline-6 in the SC300 and the 1UZ-FE 4.0-liter naturally aspirated V8 in the range-topping SC400. The smaller mill made 225 horsepower and 210 pound-feet of torque, whereas the SC400 put 256 horsepower. There were 2 transmissions on offer, a 5-speed manual or a 4-speed auto. The first-gen Lexus SC is a worthy alternative to the pricier 4 Malawian Quattro Supra. Though the Z30 wasn't as sporty as the Supra, it shared some parts with the vaunted 4 Malawian Quattro Supra, including the inline-6 mill and suspension components. Furthermore, as Lexus is a luxury brand, the Z30 was more luxurious than the Supra. It was a grand tour with modest performance credentials. With several upgrades, you can turn the Lexus SC Z30 into a performance machine. 9. Lexus IS-F. In production from 2007 to 2014, the Lexus IS-F is the long-gone competitor to the BMW M3 and Mercedes-AMG C63 that continues to be held in high regard for its incredibly balanced chassis and a throaty and reliable 2UR GSE engine plunked under the hood. This was a 5.0-liter, naturally aspirated V8 that produced 416 horsepower and 371 pound-feet of torque. The IS range debuted with advanced features, and the IS-F got them all. For instance, it had the fastest shifting paddle-shifted gearbox at the time, an 8-speed unit. It also featured variable intake valves and big Brembo brakes. The IS-F also suffered from the same curse that haunts other F-division Lexus products, i.e. the dated interiors. A special mention to one of the most complicated infotainment systems ever created, but as far as quality goes, it is right up there with the best. 8. Lexus GS-F. The sports saloon recipe was mastered by the Germans early on, and they have been at the top of the game with cars like the M5 and E63 AMG setting benchmarks with each generation. When Lexus decided to take a shot at this niche segment, they did some things better than others. In its 4th and so far, final generation, the GS-F packed a mighty 5.0-liter naturally aspirated V8 that made 467 horsepower and 389 pound-feet of torque. It was accompanied by a throaty V8 rumble, and it came as a fresh breath of change in an era dominated by forced induction. It combined the RWD layout and sublime chassis balance to deliver an experience that's analog and exciting. But its dated interiors and the lack of outright oomph led to bad sales, and Lexus pulled the plug on the GS-F in 2020. While it failed to capture the public's imagination during its run, the GS-F is one of the best sports car bargains in the used car market. 7. Lexus RC. The Lexus RC is a range of coupes launched by Lexus in 2014 that is underpinned by the same platform as the GS and IS models. Besides a minor facelift in 2018, the RC has changed little since it debuted. Lexus offers two engines with the RC, including a turbocharged 4-pot that makes a healthy 241 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque and is mated to a Lexus staple 8-speed automatic gearbox. Choosing all-wheel drive means you have to settle for the 6-speed auto. RWD variants exclusively feature the 8-speed slush box. Though both engines are peppy, the nearly 4,000-pound curb weight of this RC is the biggest chink in its armor and robs some much-needed agility and excitement from this otherwise refined platform. As a result, the most potent RC variant completes the 0 to 60 miles per hour sprint in 5.8 seconds, which is slower than most of its competitors. 6. Lexus IS500F Sport Performance. The latest Lexus IS500F Sport Performance is the spiritual successor to the IS-F, and the very existence of this vehicle is questionable in this day and age. Lexus shoved a large, naturally aspirated V8 under the hood of its smallest sedan and called it a day. It's not a Lexus F Division product, but it comes with the F Sport Performance package. Speaking of the drivetrain, the IS500 packs a sweet-sounding 5.0-liter V8, codenamed 2URGSE. The engine makes 472 horsepower and 395 pound-feet of torque and sends it straight to the rear wheels via an 8-speed automatic gearbox. As a result, 60 miles per hour arrives in an impressive 4.4 seconds. This updated 4th-gen IS is also a significant step up in the quality and tech department, but more importantly, it has carved itself a new niche that will appeal to purists who love this tribute to the old-school performance sedan experience, wrapped in a modern shell. The IS500F Sport Performance is special. It is the last surviving V8 compact luxury sports sedan. 5. Lexus RCF. Unveiled at the Tokyo Motor Show back in 2013, the Lexus RCF is the souped-up version of the RC Coupe. Its party piece has to be the 5.0-liter, naturally aspirated V8 that packs 472 horsepower and 395 pound-feet of torque delivered to the rear wheels via an 8-speed automatic gearbox. But it's not just an RC with a big engine under the skin. Lexus has given the RCF some serious equipment like adaptive suspension, Brembo 6-piston brakes, and a limited-slip rear differential, to name a few. Even the aggressive bodywork features a set of functional vents and wings that make it all the more purposeful. Unfortunately for Lexus, the RCF faces some tough competition from the likes of the BMW M4 and Audi RS5, both of which outperform the Lexus, all thanks to the wonders of forced induction. But, that said, the balanced and pure RCF is a far more involving driver's car. The pricier RCF Track Edition variant features larger brakes, aero bits that improve downforce, and lighter BBS rollers. 4. Lexus LC500. Launched back in 2017 as the brand's Halo offering, the LC500 is largely based on LFLC concept car. That's a good thing because its Japanese origami-inspired design that layers the car with sharp lines and creases both inside and out, makes this Lexus one of the finest-looking automobiles of the 21st century. In addition to the stunning looks, the Lexus packs some serious power, thanks to a naturally aspirated engine. Displacing 5 liters, this V8 mill churns out 471 horsepower and 398 pound-feet of torque. The V8 rumble, combined with its timeless design, makes the LC500 one of the finest and sportiest Lexus products ever made. It is a cheaper alternative to the Lexus LFA, whose prices have reached stratospheric levels. 3. 2024 Lexus LC500 Inspiration Series. For 2024, Lexus released a special edition variant of the LC500 dubbed the Inspiration Series. Though it shared a powertrain with the LC500, the Inspiration Series was optimized for performance. On the outside, it featured small canards on the front bumper and a fixed rear wing, coupe models only, to improve handling stability. Coupe models featured a carbon fiber roof, lowering the center of gravity, while convertible variants came with a tonneau cover. Under the skin, it featured a torsion limited slip diff on the rear axle and performance dampers to improve responsiveness. Underfloor braces fore and aft enhanced chassis rigidity. The 125 Inspiration Series models distinguished themselves from other LC500 variants with their matte white exteriors and blue interiors. Interior tech included a 13-speaker Mark Levinson audio system, a head-up display, and a 12.3-inch infotainment display. 2. Lexus LFA. In production from 2011 to 2013, the Lexus LFA was the Japanese automaker's halo car that famously took nearly a decade of development, and the cost of production was so high that even at $375,000, Lexus sold individual units at a loss. Lexus had a very simple goal with the LFA: to show what Toyota as a brand was capable of, and boy, did they surprise the world. It comes with a naturally aspirated 4.8-liter V10 engine that was co-developed with Yamaha exclusively for the LFA and had a manic 9,000 RPM redline. Because of that, it is regarded as one of the best-sounding engines of all time. The transmission was an equally impressive 6-speed single-clutch automatic, and it channeled the engine's 552 horsepower and 354 pound-feet of torque to the rear wheels via an LSD. With only 500 units made to date, the LFA is already a highly sought-after modern classic that easily deserves the title of the best Lexus product of all time. By the way, it will have an electrified successor. 1. Lexus LFA Nurburgring Edition. Lexus spared no expense while making the LFA supercar, but it might surprise some people that out of the 500 LFAs made over the course of 2 years, 64 of them came with the Nürburgring package with performance improvements. For starters, the power for the 4.8-liter, naturally aspirated V10 was up by 10 horsepower for a raised total output of 562 horsepower, while torque figures remained unchanged at 339 pound-feet. The 6-speed automated manual gearbox was recalibrated to deliver even faster shifts. In addition to the tweaked drivetrain, it received a whole host of updates, including new lightweight magnesium wheels from BBS, a large fixed-wing, retuned suspension, and sticker rubber, which is why the LFA Nürburgring editions are highly sought-after collectibles now, with values estimated to be around the $1.7 million mark.
I hope to inspire you and help you learn more about your favorite theme. Subscribe to my channel and let me know what you think.